Welcome back to tonight's sad reality. I am so pissed off yesterday that I literally tested the recording twice on Left 4 Dead 2, and it just completely broke itself. Also, I don't want music to be distracting me this entire time. I love you. Music's kind of chill, I guess. But I did a ridiculous amount of testing for that, and I just Valve source, whatever it was, just decided to break itself completely. And to my knowledge, there were like a few things I could have done about it, but I wasn't patient enough, and I was like, you know what, screw it, full send, whatever. So apologies, sorry, not sorry. I like sleeping, especially before a 10-hour shift like today. But I've actually got something kind of interesting to talk about tonight, and it's now that I think about it, it's actually kind of funny. In games like Deltarune, there's a topic, or not really a topic, I'm not sure the best way of describing it. It's like a reoccurring theme, if that makes sense. So, you know what a motif is? It's when in music you hear the same thing over and over again, but then even in the lore of the game, it's taken quite literally, as like I've always called him Onion, I'm sure he has another actual name. Talks about, hearing like a symphony in the deep or something, whatever. But today for me it was like, not only were there literal songs kind of echoing in my head, but I guess kind of weird thing, also meteor for free, kill everything. I love when my thing is jammed. Also, this game's kind of addictive. I didn't think this would be that good. Also, I don't know why, but when I first booted up this game, it loaded in Russian. But like, kind of a chill game, just to kind of vibe out to. One of those songs, please don't judge me too hard, Billie Eilish, Happier Than Ever. And I don't even listen to the original, I listen to a cover of it by Whispers on Spotify. 1k coins per kill, that's a lot of coins. Also just learned you can kind of just upgrade whatever and you'll make progress, so I'm not going to think about it too hard. I'm going to kind of vibe out to this game. But like, for me, it wasn't just the songs I was thinking about that kind of drove me crazy today. It was there was like a familiar tune, if that makes sense. Like, it's not the music, it's what the music reminds you of. It's not the smell of rain, it's the memory that it brings back. That's not just the rain, but it's whatever happened in the rain. You know what I'm saying? I know that's like a weird concept to anyone. But for me, I felt too comfortable today. Like, it wasn't a bad day, and why is that something why am I complaining about this? Because I really shouldn't be complaining about it realistically. Although, me being me, I'm gonna find some way of doing that. Welcome back to tonight's sad reality, I suppose. But I look back on today and I'm like, there weren't any overarching problems. People were silly, but like not too silly. Although, admittedly, the first 2 hours I was looking at our team and I was like, wow, this is a bit of a train wreck. Because, I get to the store, and for the first about 2 hours, there's nobody, like, taking their job seriously except me, and my humble opinion, of course. Not enough fuel to launch the missile. Dang, I should have used that earlier. Oh, do we pop this at the right time? We do, look at that. I'm sure there's some way I can... Actually, I think the environmental effect might kind of win me this. No, I'm only halfway. Badlands. That's not a good thing. My plan here is I'm literally just gonna wait to right click and then spacebar and obliterate everything. There's something in the song that's kind of echoed in my head. There's a few songs. It's like whenever I had the vision for the animation that I worked on with the whole team, it's kind of like that. And one of those songs was like forever ago. It was like everyone else has someone else. I'm not gonna elaborate, but you can probably imagine how lonely that song is and what that's about. And the one that's kind of been echoing in my head recently, it's Run, Run, Far Away to the Days That We've Never Seen, or something like that, more like a pop song, whatever. And I'm like, is this a song I've heard before? I don't think so, but it's like lyrics to a song that I've had stuck in my head, and I love this random event, so fun. It feels like something that shouldn't be there, but then, like, you think about it and you hear the music that plays, but I'm not convinced there ever was music there in the first place, if that makes sense. But That's kind of not really the point of what I was talking about. It's just getting in a headspace that I've already been in to me is weird. Especially when today I'm like, after the first 2 hours, everything was fine. There were a few customers that pissed me off as per usual, but like that's not a problem so much as it is just the reality of the world I live in, I guess. Let's max out the eco, kind of. Bloodlusts. Ooh, I should actually maxing that out. Also notice I very poorly pronunciate words sometimes. Nuke. Hey, look at that. Okay, I think I'm winning this level this time, just based on the amount of damage I'm doing here. It's a semi-decent amount of damage. It's kind of funny, so when I think about my coworkers, one of the things that comes to mind is gossip, which I freaking hate. Gossip is so gross. I'm not any better. I mean, I talk about people on this channel all the time. Like, I've told my coworkers too, I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna be here forever. There's plenty of other things I want to do in the world, plenty of other vastly more productive things I can probably be doing with my life, you know? And hopefully one day I'll be there doing that. But one of my, I would say pretty close coworkers came up to me today, and she was like, hey, so are you ever gonna be leaving, you know? I mean, word has it, you know, it's not like you like being around here, even though you literally do your job the best out of everyone. And, I'm like, I don't know how to say that without sucking myself off a little bit in the video. Metrics are cool and all, it's not the most important thing to me. Like, I feel like my personality gets sucked away the more I try to do my job. Like, the days that I enjoy myself are the days I don't really do my job as much. Like, today, kind of, towards the end, there wasn't really so much to do. Oh, are we winning the level for once? I think we actually won the level. Insane. And every time you beat an invasion, you get a tech core thing you can spend somewhere. Gatling automatically attacks damage does 10% of your damage faster with each shot. Ooh. Is this an ability? Area damage? Maybe when I find a new ability and it tickles my neuron slightly. 5 is the Gatling. It is consuming fuel. Okay. Honestly, I kind of respect it. Not the craziest thing I've seen, but like not the worst thing either. Like I think I prefer just the basic attack, honestly, and try to toggle it, but I'm gonna leave it on. It's kind of chill. Like if there's an enemy that I can't beat, I'll just let it ramp forever. Also there's something you can do with the crabs where they kind of follow your cursor. Which you can very much take advantage of this, nuke them. You know what, I'm turning off the Gatling gun. Okay, and the fuel consumption is no longer going down rapidly. I guess I've just been worried lately that, I'm not going places fast enough. And I know that's never been on my timeline, but to me it's scary. I told coworkers this too. When I'm not working on things, to me that means death. You know, it's like, I am not being productive, there's nothing I'm doing that really matters if I'm not working on something. I don't think it's exactly a healthy way of viewing life. Maybe it's a familiar tune for some people, but so I love these healing things, that's such a fun gimmick. Big meteor kill everything. Killed 2 things, thank you meteor. I don't know if I hover over it, or if I touch it, or if it gets set off at some random time. Enemies are 30% stronger. Okay, that was kind of a power play, even with the healers doing their goofy thing. You know what? I'm gonna try this. This might not be a bad idea. Okay, you know what? It kind of works itself out. Although I'm gonna turn off Gatling and let these things kind of die on their own. No, I'm thinking of plague, not radiation. 2 completely different things, I suppose. Go, my Gatling gun. Not enough fuel. Already. It wasn't a bad day either. Like, I sold 3 credit cards today, and like 19 no-set protection plans or whatever they're called. I mean, Discord Zone. More money. More farming things. Yay. So cool, I guess. Gravitational field area. I swear there are times my brain just turns itself off or like adds letters to words. Bonus rocket, I'm always up for that. Max that, I probably could have gone for Bloodlust, but I kind of forgot about that. Everyone else was just kind of chilling today. I mean, it was still a big weekend, all considered. Like, kind of the point of this weekend was we had a sale event going on, so we're supposed to kind of make the most of that. Although everyone else kind of just vibed out and did whatever they felt like. Most notably for those first 2 hours was really kind of pissing me off. Rocket. I don't know if killing those things is actually worth it, but also I could just sit here and farm coins, and that's, I guess, another way of playing the game, because technically I don't have any passive fuel consumption just sitting here. Value. Alright, get rid of the freaking healing thing. Things drive me a little crazy. I will say something I do love, even if I get pissed off with people. Some of my coworkers, I feel like there's some personalities I'm never going to forget. Like, just things where people will say things over, like, the radio, and then immediately after someone will, like, respond in the radio by, like, burping into it. I'm like, this is so dumb. This is body humor. Welcome to freaking Teen Titans Go. But it's just, like, not something you expect, I guess. Not that I expect professionalism in retail. Like, it's just retail. Come on, people. But, I don't know. I feel like I can't live life so seriously. At the same time, I also miss the creative endeavors. I miss the days where I'd come up with songs like I was saying earlier. Maybe I'll actually get around to that one day. Right now, I am min-maxing the crabs in the center of my screen. Hey, look at that. Value City. I'll try to do that one more time with the crabs. Just hoping this video doesn't break itself, otherwise I'm gonna have another aneurysm and a half. Also, big shout out to the people that are working on the main channel right now. I'm really hoping people are faithful in their endeavors like they've been reporting to me, but to me it's kind of exciting that, like, hey, stuff's happening even while I'm at work, you know? I mean, if I can make that joke that life is an idle game if you really want to play it that way. Another 5k coins every second? Huge. Eco-maxing. I feel like there's gonna be some upgrade that's like, do damage based on the number of coins you have, or some damage multiplier for each E number you have in the... I don't know if that makes sense. Like, E0 is 1, E1 is 10, E2 is 100, like exponential factor, I suppose. This, nuke 'em, do like no damage. It's kind of funny to me, I feel like the enemy health in this game is also exponential, so it's like trying to find this balance of how to properly nuke things and make money, so you're not sitting there just waiting for your money to go up in these levels. Free fuel. Huge. Huge. One of the weirder things too about sitting there and doing stuff for like 10 hours straight, I'm talking about work again for a moment here, I'll have all these ideas for things I want to talk about, and then I get home, and then all that will be out of the window. And like, sure, I could take notes, and I've done this a few times. Does it make the video less genuine? I don't think so. It just feels like less improv-y to me, and that was kind of the point of this channel. Maybe I'll get back to that though, because I had other things I wanted to talk about. Oh, I remember now. Okay. One thing that drives me crazy about retail, the customers, you know, we love the customers. And, one of those things I was like, I need to talk about this later, otherwise it's going to bother me, was, bonus 10k coins every second? Kinda huge. More bloodlust. There was this one lady who was new to the US, I suppose, and that's cool and all, nothing wrong with that. But she had a coupon for $20 off of 100. And like, that's cool. I mean, that's something you can use, and that's like, hey, that's a nice thing, right? And she didn't realize it was like pre-tax, I guess. So the calculation is like, it's $100 based on the subtotal, not the taxed total. And the reason this is important is because she couldn't figure out why that was, like why if she added an item it made everything in her purchase cheaper, or why she didn't qualify for the thing prior to that. I guess I don't know. I feel like it's not that hard to like read what the note says. But then like immediately after that she was like, you know, that's the biggest scam I've seen in America so far. And I'm like, if you say so. I guess. One of the things too that still bothers me, like at least there's personality there, and sure, maybe it's completely brain dead, but at least there's personality. What bothers me more are the people that never look me in the eyes. Like, I never get to see their soul before I eviscerate it from their body by looking at them with a stare they've never seen before. I mean that non-literally. I don't stare at people, like, in a way that would freak them out, hopefully. But, it'd be really nice if people cared about us. Like, part of me was tempted to make a video called Scum of the Earth and talk about how it feels like that sometimes as a cashier where people don't really give a shit about you. But then when you talk about, you know, why you do all these things like metrics and credit cards, then everyone gives a shit all of a sudden. But if I wasn't that guy, would people still care? I don't know. I mean, like, if this channel blows up out of nowhere, people will then care because there's a reason to care. It's like a snowball that keeps rolling. It's famous already, so people care about it. But while you're a nobody, you're just a nobody. And it's like, to me, it doesn't feel satisfying to be someone if you're not, if you started from nothing. I don't know if that makes sense. It feels backwards to me some days. I feel like some people also that deserve to be in good places will never get there. Like, I don't know if I ever talked about him on this channel, but one of my buddies that's now working at another Dick's Sporting Goods is, because like college or whatever, it was never exactly the most, like he might not be the smartest guy, he may not be the most intellectual, he may not, like, it seems like most of what he does is just kind of laborious, but nothing like, I'm not really sure the best way to say it. He just doesn't really think. Like, he's kind of like a drone. I mean, it's in the kindest way possible, too. Like, I love the guy. But he streams on Twitch, he does TikTok, he does all these other things, and, like, I do YouTube, I don't really do Twitch. I mean, I might one day, probably not, I might just stick to YouTube the entire time. I don't do TikTok, I don't think... Everyone's been saying you should put a lot more stock in the newer social medias of this generation. And, like, I realize there is a lot of power there, but I'm not sure it's something that I personally want to invest in because I also see a lot of volatility there. But regardless, he kind of plays the same game I play, and with social media. But neither of us are really anybody, you know, like, he streams, he kind of does the bare minimum. I feel like my main channel does a little more than the bare minimum, you know? But as a cashier, he did everything he needed to do, you know? Like, he got it done, he said the things he needed to say, and sure, maybe it wasn't with a ton of personality, but at the very least, he showed up on time, he did his work, and made things happen, you know? And I feel like those are the people that we ought to care about, I guess. Not me, the guy sitting here complaining, but kind of the people that lie in the shadows, those more important than us that we kind of subtly understand, but we don't really take into account until I guess there's a moment of thought for that. Thanks for listening to tonight's Sad Reality. I know that was kind of a lot. I don't even know what I'm going to call this video at this point, but thanks for watching. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your night. I'll see you after yet another almost 10 hours of retail, probably closer to 9 tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your night. I'll see you in tomorrow's Sad Reality. Have a good one, y'all.